Good morning, dear students, and today we have an important lesson in reading 8b. The first objective of today's lesson is identify the main idea for two extracts by skimming a reading passage entitled To Meet or Not to Meet. Number 2, determine the answers of 8 questions after scanning 2 texts. Number 3, demonstrate understanding of the text matching statements with their speakers. And the final one, apply using a set of phrasal verbs in the text accurately. Please pause the video and try to compare the following two phrases. Okay, so for the first phrase, you can notice that most of his food is composed of nuts, cereals, and vegetables. And in the second one, you can notice that most of his food is composed of processed meat and meat. So for the first phase, we can call him a vegetarian, and the second phase, we can call him a meat eater. Please open the student book on page 102. Let's start with activity A, and let's discuss the following two questions. So pause the video and then we will be back. Okay, so what do you know about vegetarian diets? Okay, so vegetarian people are people who don't eat meat or fish. A vegetarian diet, so, includes lots of fruit, vegetables, dried peas and beans, grains, seeds and nuts. Now, do you think vegetarians are healthier than people who eat meat? Why or why not? Very good. So, not necessarily they are healthier. So, I think we should eat a little bit of everything. A little bit of meat, a little bit of vegetables, fruits, etc. Now, dear students, let's move on to activity B, and here we are going to read the text quickly and find out what the opinion of each expert about eating meat is. And here we have two experts. In text 1 we have Brian Wilton, in text 2 we have Amanda Simmons. Okay, so pause the video please, read the two texts and tell me, are they for or against eating meat? Okay, let's start with text number 1. So what does Brian Wilton think? Very good. So Brian Wilton here, the first food expert, is against eating meat. But in text 2, the second food expert, Amanda Simmons, is in favor of eating meat. Now, please, dear students, to understand the text better, we are going to answer the following questions. So, read again and answer the questions, and then we will be back. Alright, let's start with text 1. So, question number 1. According to Brian Wilton, what can vegetarianism help prevent? So, in which part of the text you are going to find this answer? It can help prevent many diseases. Good. So, here we can find the justification. This possibly occurs because meat contains fat that can lead to many diseases, and vegetarianism helps prevent them. Okay, now, question 2. What does Brian Wilton say about carbohydrates? In the same text, you will find the answer about carbohydrates. Good. So, complex carbohydrates like grains and cereals should be a part of our diet, while simple carbohydrates like sugar, bread, and pasta should be avoided. And we can find this answer here in the middle of the text number 1. And you can check it and see the difference between complex carbohydrates and simple carbohydrates. Now, please, let's have a look at question 3 and 4, and please answer by giving a full sentence. So pause the video and we will be back. Okay, let's start with number 3. What does Brian Wilton say about the belief that vegetarians end up not getting enough iron or other vitamins? Now here, since Brian Wilton is against eating meat, so he is going to talk about the advantages of eating beans, vegetables, cereals, and nuts. Okay, so here he said that it's a myth. It's not a problem if they have a balanced diet and get nutrients from different sources. And you can find the answer here. Okay, so you can check. Alright, now in question 4, according to Brian Wilton, which foods are rich in protein? And again, please have a look at the question and write a full answer, not just 2 words or 3 words. Okay, so according to him, nuts, seeds, beans, eggs, and dairy products are rich in protein. Okay, and he said that in the middle of his paragraph 1. Okay, you can read it. Okay, dear students, now let's move on to the second expert, and we have question 4 and 5. Please have a look at the questions and pause the video, and then we are going to try to answer them. Okay, so question 4. According to Amanda Simmons, which foods are rich in protein? And you know that if you look at the following picture, or even by reading the whole text number 2, you notice that she is in favor of eating meat. So what did she say? Very good. She said, according to her, she said meat is the best source of protein. And you can find the justification here. It's a direct one. Meat is the best source of protein. Now in question 5, according to Amanda Simmons, what are the risks of being a vegetarian? Very good. She said that vegetarians may fail to have a balanced diet and can exclude many essential vitamins. What are the essential vitamins? Very good. Vitamin A, vitamin B, vitamin C, etc. Or nutrients from their diet, and this can lead to malnutrition. What does it mean, malnutrition? Very good. So here we have nutrition, which is about eating, and mal, which is the meaning of bad. So it's about bad eating or eating not enough quantity of food. Now, in which part of the text are you going to find the justification? Thank you so much. So that's here. All right. You can check it. Okay. Now in question 6 and 7 and 8, please pause the video and we will be back to answer them together. Okay, so number 6, according to Amanda Simmons, why is meat good for us? So you are going to tell me the benefits of eating meat from text number 2, and please write a full answer. Okay, so she said meat is the best source of protein, a substance which protects our immune system and builds our muscle mass. Red meat is a good source of iron and vitamin B. And let's justify the answer. Good. So here she said meat is the best source of protein. Okay, in question 7, according to her, what kind of diet is recommended? So here, that's the most important question. So she thinks that a balanced diet, which includes lots of fruit and vegetables, dairy products, and a little bit of meat, is recommended according to her. Okay, and the justification here, it's at the end of the text, when she said we should stick to a balanced diet. And she described the diet here. Now the last one, it's about the 2 experts. What type of evidence does each expert use to support their opinion? So how did they justify all their findings and opinions? Okay, so here each expert refers to the results of studies to support their opinion. So there was a study and they used their results to get their opinions from. All right. Now please have a look at activity D on the next page. Okay, so who would make the following statements? Right, Brian, or Amanda, or both of them. You will tell me who is the expert who is more likely to say the following statements. Let's start with number 1. Eggs, cheese, and yogurt are very good sources of protein, but they may not cover your body's needs. Pause the video please and try to tell me who do you think may say this. Excellent. So this can be said by Amanda because in the text number 2 she said protein which you get from beans or dairy products isn't the same type of protein you get from meat. Very good. Now the second one, a balanced diet with lots of different sources of vitamins and minerals is what you need to be healthy. Who do you think may say this? Very good. So Brian can say this because he said it's a common myth that vegetarians end up not getting enough iron or other vitamins if they have a balanced diet. So here we said balanced diet is very important and get nutrients from different sources. This is not a problem. Is it only Brian who thinks so? No, very good, because also Amanda is for a balanced diet. She said, if we want to be healthy, we should stick to a balanced diet. So here she also mentioned the word balanced diet, which is a compound noun, which includes lots of fruit and vegetables, dairy products, and a little bit of meat. Very good. Now the last one, number 3. Meat has got a lot of nutrients, but you can be healthy even without it in your diet. Who can say this? Excellent. So Brian can say the following statement. Because in text 1 he said, you can be a vegetarian and also be healthy at the same time. Now moving on to activity E. Look at the highlighted phrasal verbs in the text and match them with their meanings. Then check your answers in a dictionary. So please pause the video and try to find the meaning of words from the context, which is the text. Okay, let's start with number 1. We have cut down on something. So in the text we have more and more people are not only cutting down on meat. So what does it mean cutting down on meat? Which option do you think is the correct one? Excellent. So cut down on meat means to consume less of something. Option D. Very good. Now number 2, look into something. Let's have a look at the context. Brian Wilton and Amanda Simmons have looked into the matter. What does it mean looked into the matter? Which matter? Good. The matter of to eat meat or not to eat meat. So what does it mean to look into something? Excellent. It's to search about it or to investigate. Very good. So look into something. It's option number B, to try to find out the truth about something. Excellent. Now number 3, end up doing something. Pause the video please and try to find out. Okay, so let's have a look at the sentence. It's a common myth that vegetarians end up not getting enough iron or other vitamins. So the last part here, which is underlined here, this is the result if you don't do something before. So here, end up means excellent, to be in a particular situation, especially when you didn't plan it. If you don't do something, you will end up doing something. If you do something, you will end up not doing something. So that's a result. Alright, please pause the video for phrasal verbs 4, 5, and 6. Okay, let's start with number 4. Cut something out. So in the text we have, however, cutting all types of meat out of your diet is risky. So does it mean to stop all of it or to reduce some of it? Excellent. So that's option F, to stop eating something. Now number 5, point out. In the text we have, I would like to point out that if we want to be healthy, we should stick to a balanced diet. So point out means to show something or to tell something. So which option is correct? Very good. So that's option E, to tell somebody something and make them notice it. The last one, stick to something. In the text we have, we should stick to a balanced diet. What do you think stick to means? Very good. So here we have option C, to continue doing something even when it is difficult. So you don't have to stop it, you have to carry on and on and on. Alright, dear students, let's discuss the following questions from activity F on the same page 103. Are you a vegetarian? If not, would you consider becoming one? Why or why not? Please pause the video and try to answer the following. Alright, so some of the students are going to say yes, I would like to try to become a vegetarian because it seems to promote a healthy lifestyle. However, other students are going to say no, I am not vegetarian. I wouldn't like to become one because I don't want to cut all types of meat out of my diet.